will be making a CS2 simple external. This video I'll show you how to get the basic, you could call it offsets, and simple strategies of memory scanning using cheat engine and IDA Pro in this case, but you guys can also use other disemsemblers you can find free on the web, or you can find it on other sources. In my case, I completely bought this. This is my own private copy I bought. You can of course find it from other sources. So let's first off start off in a Visual Studio. In this case, I'm using Visual Studio Community 2022, and I'm gonna create a new project over here. Create a new project. Make it an empty project. Next, let's call it CS2 external. Doesn't really matter what you call it. Depends on your preferences. So over here, first of all, we're gonna put this to release. For our sake, it's just better in general. Put it to release, more performant as well. We're not gonna put it to x86 like on CSGO because we're working with CS2, which is a 64-bit game. And about CS2, I'm using the cracked version that you can also, of course, find on unknown cheats, or just generally just search for it. You're gonna find it. Usually you're gonna get the game for like a game zip, and then you're gonna have to put a fixed client.dll version inside it. I'm just gonna press on show all files because it's cleaner. Now let's go to properties. I usually prefer, I'm gonna usually put it to preview features from the latest C++ working draft. So we're working with the latest C++ version. This is x64, just making sure. Multi-byte character set just makes our life much more easier. And for now, we can leave it like this. We don't really care that much. So yeah, okay. Let's start off with, in this case, I'm not gonna show you how to make the read and write memory, file, which lets you read and write memory, and how to find the module, the module base address, and how to find the process ID and everything. So you can just go to my GitHub. I'll leave it in the description, and you can get the file that I'll be using, my file, my memory.h. So what you guys do, you just press on the green button code, you download zip, and it's gonna give you the file, and you extract it. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy paste the whole code and just make my own over here. We add a new file, a header, and we're gonna call it memory. I'd recommend you guys learning how to do all of this. This is basically the base of the cheat. Over this, you can't do anything, like zero, nada, bro. So here we go. We're gonna include windows.h, di help 30 users, so we can, of course, use the functions like process 31st and stuff like that. Here we're gonna get a process ID, whatever, by looping through the process snapshot that we take using this function over here, blah blah blah. If you guys want, I'll make a video of me making a brand new memory file and explain you every single little feature, every single little function, every single little variable, so you can get familiar with what you're seeing right now. And over here we're gonna go again, CS2 external. We're gonna create, I'm blind, a main source, main file over here. Okay, I'm not gonna bother making multiple files for the different sheets and everything. But for now on, let's just include our memory.h, make a main function entry point, and let's get to work reversing this game. First of all, we're gonna, in this case, to start the game, I go to game, to the bin, to win64, and start up cs2.exe. So this is like a leaked version of cs2. So let's go. I'm gonna start up cs2.exe, exe, and I put it to windowed. It's easier for me to scan for variables, offsets. Okay, so we're gonna go to practice. We're gonna go to, doesn't really matter, competitive, and we're gonna put it to warm-up mode. This is the cool part about CS, the cool thing about CS2. There's this thing called warm-up mode, and you don't need to write all the commands. You have infinite runtime, everything. We're chilling. Okay, we're going inside the game. It's yeah, okay. It's not much different compared to CS:GO in the matter of finding offsets. But yeah, okay, so let's go to cheat engine. Start up cheat engine. We're gonna press on this little button over here so we can attach to CS2 so we can search for variables. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's not gonna ask you for that. I just have a file. Okay. And in our case, we're gonna start searching. In this example video, we're gonna find a local player offset, like local entity. Usually, I would be much more comfortable if I would call it local player. And also, I think beginners would really like that if they already have a little experience making or pasting a normal CSGO cheat, and if you know there is a local player offset and the hazard dumper. Usually people use hazard dumper to get all the offsets that you use to find variables of the local player class. Because the local player is not a variable or anything, it's a class. Classes have objects like health, position, view angles, all the good stuff that we need. In this case, we're gonna find the health and the local player, so we can show our health. Simple like that. So let's start. Health is a 4 byte, but we can also put it to all if you're not sure. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna start and we're gonna search for 100 because 100, yeah, 100 is our health in game. So now we have over 100,000 results. Now what do we do in this case? Actually, let me open up console. Let me put the SVGs to 1 and what am I doing? Okay, I'm really blind. Okay, yeah, okay, now we're gonna use the hurt me command. And let's say, I don't know, I'm gonna put it to 11. I don't know. Okay, we now have 89. So now what do? We because we have a change value, we press on, we write in 89, which is our current health, and then we press next. Oh, I got really lucky here. Well, in your case, you're gonna find like maybe like still 1,000 results. And usually you should just repeat the whole thing until you find like 14 results, like I have here. I only have 14 results. Let's do it in one multiple, like. Okay, doesn't matter. Still 13. Very useful. Okay. Well, now we have over here our nice. But which is the one over here? Because not all of them represent the health object from the class of the local player. Not all of them. We need to find one of them. So now we're gonna use the disassembler. Call it. So usually you would start IDA Pro, press on OK. You're gonna press on new disassembler file, and just go to the client.dll and disassemble it, and then just do that. Usually I did the default settings. This one. Right. Okay. Hope this won't take a long time. Usually does take a long time. Okay, I'm back. So let's continue. My IDA Pro stopped the. It finally disassembled the client.dll, and to check this, we look down here and we can see that it is idle, so it's not doing anything, so it's finished. Now you're usually gonna get this weird view, so I'm just gonna put it to text view so we can actually check out what we have in front of us. Now the next thing that we would like are like a list of strings of text that we can use to actually find the shit that we need. To do that, we either hit Shift F12 or we can go here manually to view, open subviews, and we can go to strings. And this will generate a list of strings from the binary. Okay, so after you get the loaded strings from after you get the strings from the binary, next thing that you do, we can actually search for our health variable. In this case, if you know what I'm talking about, mi health. If it that does not find sound familiar to you, it's the variable. It's the name of the variable for the net var of health in normal CS:GO. What I observed, what I actually found in the binary of CS2 is that CS2 also uses mi health. So we search mi health, we're gonna find mi health. Next step is you press on mi health. You don't have to do this. You just press on mi health. It's gonna select it for you automatically, and we're gonna right click and we're gonna press jump to xref to operand. What this is gonna do, this is gonna show you all the references of the offset of mi health, of this name, of this variable, this net var over here. So I suggest you to learn some assembly so you don't go completely blind into the subject and you can actually understand. I can see over here the net var in mi health gets loaded inside the registry of racks. Then racks gets moved to this keyword over here. From what I can see, it does not really offer any information about anything. It's useless. All of this, it doesn't show it doesn't show any offsets. It doesn't show what we're searching for. You cannot always find the offsets of net vars, but you usually find them using this way, this method. So let's go to the next one. Again, same bullshit, useless. Let's go to the next one over here. Double keyword offset. So you define a keyword offset for mi health. It doesn't give it to us. This is usually over here. And once again, it doesn't give us any information about the offset itself. And double keyword, you define the keyword there. Yeah, define keyword offset in mi health. Useless. Again, just defines another offset, which is useless again. We cannot use this defined offset. Let's go to this one. Okay, more interesting. So let's see. We define the offset in mi health. Find double. 31C. Okay, so from what I can see, I might have actually found the offset for MI health. So let's give it a try. We're gonna copy this. Next step is to go to cheat engine, and with all these addresses, memory addresses that we found, the memory address of the health for our game, we're gonna right click on it and we're gonna find out what accesses this address. So this what reads it and what writes it. This is gonna open up the Windows debugger, which will let us access all these informations and actually see what's going on inside. So here it gives us a list of instructions that is happening to this. So let's see if I write hurt me 1. You see we're gonna get one more instruction because this changes the variable of health because we got hurt. Now here it compares again values. But I mean, logically thinking, because we found the offset of MI health and we know that MI health represents the network for health in the game, we should see instructions with the offset that we found. In this case, 31C. Sorry, a second. Maybe it's gonna come back. Okay, again, same thing. Useless. No. Actually, you never know. Okay, here we go. We got some instructions. Let's go. Useless again. We don't have the. No, I'm just gonna go fast. Oh, okay. Here we go. We struck gold. Again, we found the instructions with the offset that we found in IDA Pro in our disassembler. Okay, so we have the health offset, but as we know, health is not a relative offset to the module base address. This is this is an offset for an object, which in memory, an object in memory is a class. So this is an object of a class. Health is object of a class. So this RCX or BX or RDI is the local player. Just gonna clear things for ourselves, make our life easier. We're gonna change the description to entity, or you could just say local player address. This is the memory address. Now the next step. No, what the fuck did I do? No, I'm tripping. Oh, sorry. It's health address. Sorry. Okay. And now we're gonna find the local entity pointer, which with the local entity pointer, the static one, we can actually we can actually use that to add this offset to and find the health. Actually, just find the entity address is our next step. So let's do that. We're gonna right click on this. We're gonna press pointer scan for this address, and we're gonna put the max level to 1. We're gonna put pointers must end with specific offset. So this is gonna give us a pointer which end with the offset 31C. In this case, we're gonna check this box and we put it 31C because we're trying to find a pointer that points to the health, which this means that we're finding the pointer of the local player plus the 31C, which is our health address. So we're gonna have a pointer holding the entity base address plus the offset of our health address, which is 31C. This is the address of the entity local player, which is a class. So now we have the object of the local player, entity player for the health, which is 31C. So this specific distance plus this address of the local player gets you the address of the health. And you can see over here, this is the health address, remember. And you can check over here all these numbers and letters, and they're going to match up because this gives you the health address. So now here we go, we found it. This is the offset for the local player. Good. Actually, there's two of them. If you want to check which one is the wait, actually, if I look, if you want to know which one is the good one, then they both work perfectly, both the same, but there are some minor differences which you will see. And to get the right one, you need to play for a long time with one of them, and you have to do more detailed shit. It doesn't matter. But let's say we're gonna use this one. I don't give a fuck. Okay, so once in C++, all you have to do, we're not gonna use the engine address over here with the engine module. Oh, we are not gonna need to get a window. This is for ESP, GDI. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not part of the video. Okay, we're gonna need to change over here from csgo.exe as you find on GitHub to CS2, and we keep the client.dll because it's the same bullshit. Here we go. Okay. Now here we're gonna include three different things. We're gonna first include memory, and then we're gonna include thread, because we're gonna make a while loop so it constantly shows our health. And then we're gonna include IO stream so we can actually output our health to the console. We're gonna first make our entry point int main, return it to 0. Now we're gonna make a while true the loop. Okay, we're gonna now access the standard library namespace. Then we're gonna go to this thread, which is another namespace for our thread. If you don't know, a process has different threads, different things running at the same time inside the process, inside the application. You should check that out. It's very interesting. So we're going to access this sleep for function, which lets us sleep for an amount of time. In this case, we're going to use again the standard library. We're going to go to chrono, which is a namespace for time, chrono. Okay, and now we're going to select the milliseconds. And we're going to, in this case, I don't give a fuck. We're going to sleep for 100 milliseconds. We don't care that much. We use this usually in cheats, so we don't overload our CPU with fucking printing random shit, printing shit over again. In this case, like it's just for our memory, it's just for performance. Okay, so now we're gonna to be more of a readable code. Let's make a const untptr, which is an integer for 32-bit and 64-bit local play. You can, if you want, you don't have to make it constant, but in this case, I'm making it constant. We're gonna use the vars namespace from the memory.h. We're gonna use the memory function, which is a template. And in these little arrows over here, I don't know how to call them in English. We have to specify the type that we want to, the type of that we want to read. In this case, it's a untptr underscore t. Okay, it's gonna be, we're gonna read from client.dll, which in this case it's base address plus our sexy little offset over here. Remember, you can have as many zeros as you want. You can delete all of them, and you can just, you have to write 0x as a prefix, because this is hex. And just remember, all memory addresses use this type of notation, this type of numbering. I'm tired, sorry. Okay, now we're gonna make an integer health. Health is nothing more than a 4-bit integer. It doesn't matter, it's just health. Okay, which is equal to memory. I'm gonna read an int. It's gonna be local player plus the offset x 0x, remember, 31c, which is the distance between the health object inside our local player class. Okay, here we go. Now at the end, we just std characters out, c out. Health. And now, just so it's more readable, we're gonna end the line. We're gonna keep ending the line. Okay, so now if we run this, you can press here, or you can just build it there and go to the file. You're gonna see that it's printing a number 85. Now let's go to game and check what this 85 is. It is indeed our health. Now let's see, hurt me 10, 75. Let's go and put it to 5. You're gonna get 70. And so on, so on. So in this video, you found the local player class offset. You learned how you learned basically some basics about using a program, some thinking, and I hope you understood what I was talking about in my video, even though shit. Next video, if you want, I will show you how to find the crosshair ID, the crosshair ID offset, which then lets you get you a pretty nasty trigger bot in CS2. Once again, here, I'm not sure if I will continue maybe uploading videos like this. This is my first one. I hope continue because it's pretty fun actually. Honestly, I can't wait for the CS2. See you in the next video.